All right, hi everyone. We are looking at our next topic inside of our parent functions. And today we're looking at the transformations or the changes that can be done to your different parent functions. So we are specifically looking at the quadratic function today and the square root function today. All right, so let's start off with looking at a new equation for your quadratics. This specific equation is called the vertex form because it's a quick and fast way to find that vertex point. Now, if you look inside this equation, the original parent function is there. We have y equals x squared. So our parent function is sitting in there for a quadratic. Now, what we're going to be focusing on here for this equation is what happens inside those parentheses. What's being done specifically to that x squared. And in this case, we're taking the x, subtracting something from it, and then squaring it. So let's take a look just at our starter here, just the x minus h. All right, so we have our original graph over here on the right. Over here on the left. Sorry, I think my pen is starting to die here. We have our original graph and we have the new graph on the right. So what we're going to do is figure out what happens to some major key points here with our original and use those points to figure out what happened to our new one. And as we can see, the only thing that happened to these points is they in fact shifted to the right. So when we are looking at an x minus h, our graph is shifting to the right. So think about if it's in those parentheses, we are going to the right because of that minus. Now, one little example that I like to give kids to help remember that the minus goes to the right instead of, we would think normally plus goes to the right. But in this case, I want you to remember one thing if you're inside parentheses, and that's if you're inside a parentheses, inside a group like that, insiders will lie. Insiders lie. So that minus does not mean go to the left on the x-axis because it's inside the parentheses. Because of insiders lie, a minus really means move it to the right. So let's see what happens with our graphs over here. For our first equation, x minus 2, the whole thing squared. So we're going to get our original graph up here. So starting from your vertex, we're going to go up 1 and out 1 to get our first two set of points. And then from our vertex, we're going to go up 4 and out 2. So there is the first picture of our parent function, the main points that we use to make that U shape. So there's our original. So we are going to use that equation, and what we have here, the inside part of this, x minus 2, to draw our new graph. So like before, a minus really means we are moving to the right. So move right. And in this case, we have a minus 2, so we're going to move right 2 units. In this case, 2 squares. So we're going to take that bottom point sitting at the 0, 0. And we're going to shift it over. So for now, I'm going to put all of those main points on our graph, and we're going to shift them all over 2 units like the equation says. Good Lord. All right, so there's our new graph. So notice the shape of it is still pretty much the same. Only difference, it's now been shifted over. So let's see what happens now if we bring in a plus instead of a minus. All right, so we still have our original. We still have the original. We still have the new. So focusing on those same 5 key points, let's see if we can figure out what happened to this one if we have a plus instead of a minus. This time, we've shifted to the left. Again, because an x plus is inside those parentheses and insiders lie, just like they did before. Insiders lie. So this time we shift to the left. And just like that plus is inside the parentheses, we move left. Insiders lie. So let's get your original graph up here like we did before, and let's see how it's going to be changed. So there's our original down at the bottom, 0, 0. We have 1, 1, and negative 1, 1. Remember, then we go up 4 and out 2 to make the point 2, 4. Same thing on the other side, so negative 2, positive 4. And there's our original. So this time in my equation, I have x plus 1 squared, or x plus 1 inside my parentheses. So this time, instead of shifting to the right with the minus, this time we are going to move left 1 unit, because that's what we are adding inside those parentheses. So again, I'm going to put just the original dots up here so that we can see how they move. And we get one a little bit off the grid there. We're going to take all 5 of those dots, move them over to the left 1 unit. And there is our final graph. Shifted over. All right, so guys, that was the H, the inside the parentheses. Biggest thing to remember, your insiders are going to lie. Let's see what happens to the insiders when we move into our next parent function, the square root. Let's see if the same thing happens. All right, so this time we have a little bit different kind of formula. But like before, your original parent function is still there. We still have y equals the square root of x. So your original parent function is still there. But again, what we're going to focus on is just the inside of those parentheses, the x minus h. So let's see what happens here. All right, so notice we still have the original on the left. We have your new one on the right. And we're looking for those same kind of 5 points to always follow along. So this time, there is our vertex, still at 0, 0. We've still got those 2 points on either side of it, the immediate side of it, and then we have our other 2 sets of points a little bit farther out. So this time, instead of going up and out, this time we're going to go to the side and either up or down. All right, so those new points, so there we go. We go to the side and then up or down, and then again to the side, up and down. So this time we shifted like before, x minus shifts to the right. Shifts to the right. Again, for that same reason as before, insiders lie. So if we are going to the right, that means in the parentheses, I should have a minus. So let's try that graph. All right, we're going to get our original graph up here. So 0, 0, 1, 1, 1, negative 1. So there's our first pair. And then we get our next ones, 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, and 4, negative 2. So here's our original graph. Now, inside those parentheses, like we had before, we have an x minus 2. So again, instead of moving to the left where my negative numbers are, this one means we are moving to the right 2 units. So I'm going to put my original 5 dots up here just to help me see where I'm moving. Oops, and my last one is a little bit off the grid. That's okay. We're going to shift all 5 of these dots 2 units to the right. So just count over 1, 2. There's my new dot for each one. And again, it's okay if one of them is just a little bit off the grid. All right, and there is my new graph. Notice again, the original U shape that was turned over on its side to make the square root just shifted over 2 squares. All right, so that means if the minus was the same, move to the right for the square root, it's gonna have the same pattern for the plus with the square root. So we've got your original here with your original 5 dots, 0, 0, 1, 1, 1, negative 1, 4, 2, and 4, negative 2. But this time an x plus means we shift to the left. So this time, all 5 of those dots we're going to move leftward. So this time we go left. And in the parentheses is a plus. Again, we get the opposites because of the insiders lying to us. So insiders lie. So let's check out our graphs and see what we're working with this time. All right, so our original graph, let's get those dots up here. So 0, 0, 1, 1, 1, negative 1, 4, 2, and 4, negative 2. There's our original graph. And we're going to look at our equation. Inside these parentheses is an x plus 4, which means we are shifting left 4 units. So if I put my original dots up here on this new graph, I'm not going to be able to get all of them, but I can get a few in here. And then my other 2 would be roughly out there. So we're going to take all 5 of these dots and shift them to the left 4 units. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to count out for each one of them. All right, and there's my new graph. Clean this up a little bit, erase my extra little dots. And there's my new graph, just shifted over to the left 4 squares. All right, guys, so I hope you enjoyed learning a little bit about what inside the parentheses means for your transformations and how we're moving left and right. Please don't hesitate at all to ask any questions you may have. Have a great one, guys.